So here it is. This is my hd2. Runs on Windows 6.5. Now I'm going to do a full video on how to do the root process, but this is going to at least show you how it works when it's all done. And if you do it to your Touch Pro, it's going to be very similar. So Android doesn't replace Windows. Instead, what it does is I put in a custom version of Windows that somebody made. And what they put in it was a feature that allows you to launch Linux. So you'll see here, if we start it up, that it still starts up to T-Mobile stick together. Now, usually down in this corner, you're going to see a build and shit. And if you look real close at the bottom, I know it's blurry, but it says Energy. Usually it would say Windows there, but Energy is the custom ROM. So you can see right there that it's already started to change the build number. By the way, I'm recording this with my MyTouch slide. Now, that's different than Windows. Usually there'd be a big Windows there. This is all very different than what the regular Windows looks like. So somebody did a really good job redoing the Windows. In fact, the Energy ROM, if you just wanted to run Windows on it, works much better than the 6.5. But again, I wanted Android, but if I had to use Windows, this is much better than the stock one. You'll see, well, if I can get back, you'll see that I just have a launch Android icon when it starts up, because that's all I want it for. But if I wanted to, I could set it up just like Windows, put the HTC Sense widgets with the clock and shit at the top. Again, though, I just don't want to. It's got a really nice setup, though. All your menus, shit like that. Put the start search here. Really nice icons and shit. So under Tools, again, there's the launch Android. But I keep it on the home, so when it starts up, I can get to it quick. So once you click this, it says booting up Linux, and then it actually goes to a Linux boot screen, which is, I thought, kind of cool. Looks pretty cool, and this is just opening Linux on top of it. The downfall I find with this is that you're running Windows and you're running Android at the same time. So it's a real killer on your battery. But basically it launches it from the memory card. Android saves the memory card, so there's like infinite space for apps and shit. I think I got a 16 gig memory card in this. So it's on the HTC screen. You're gonna see it switch over to Android. The startup takes a while because you gotta, do the startup past the initial screen, then into the Windows ROM, and then to this Linux screen, and then finally to this Android screen. So it's quite a startup process, but it's worth it. The nice thing is with Android is I don't have to do a lot of restarts, whereas with the Windows I had to restart a lot. Android, I see, even on like a phone that usually has Android installed, it takes a long time to load up. But after that, it's very dependable. So, it's cool. So you'll see it just started up there. And this is Android 2.2. Currently, the only T-Mobile phone that run on 2.2 is the Vibrant. So it's kind of a big deal. There's other carriers that have a lot of 2.2 phones. So it does take a second for this to load up. See if it's loading up all my shit automatically with the Wi-Fi. And then if we unlock it, it's still loading up the widgets and everything like that. So this part, again, takes a second. I've noticed that if you fuck with it while it's trying to load up, the response is real bad. So the best thing you can do is just let this motherfucker upload, or load up, rather. So now that's not actually a Sense widget. I don't know if you're familiar with Sense widgets, but it's a really nice knockoff of it. I really like the Sense widgets, but I did notice that when I had a Sense build loaded into this, it wasn't as good and responsive. So I like the way it looks, so I did get this knockoff, which seems to be much better. And then I'm watching you do this through the camera, so I'm a little delayed here. But a good little widget that just lets you turn off Bluetooth syncing, shit like that. So very cool. Currently I'm set up for 5 screens. I don't need them all. So very cool. Facebook, shit like that. So I've been really happy with this. One cool thing that it has is live wallpaper. And we'll do one that you'll be able to see real good, which is this Nexus. For the Nexus 1 phone, this was like the stock background that came with it. And again, this looks very fucking cool, but it rapes your battery. But it is really nice. So that's it. That's the basic startup. Just wanted to show you, like I said, I'm going to do a video of the actual hack process and put that fucking thing up. So just wanted to show you what it'd be like similar to on your Touch Pro.